Hey guys, Bob here from Raw Strength and Muscle, and I got an excellent question about doing push-ups to build your chest. Okay. Originally, the guy just wanted to know what my opinion was, but then he edited his comment and he asked, okay, what I thought about his program that he was going to do. And the program he proposed was 100 push-ups, 100 pull-downs, some other exercises day one. 100 push-ups, 100 pull-downs, some other exercises day two, day three, take off, and then start over again, okay? And I do not recommend doing huge numbers of calisthenics exercises just for the sake of doing huge numbers, okay? So, if I ever say doing hundreds of push-ups will build your chest, what I mean is if you have to do cardio, for a sport or for whatever reason, it makes sense to do cardio in a way that you use your actual muscles, okay? So like, let's say, instead of walking on a treadmill for 3/4 of an hour, you do 10 sets of 10 burpees, okay? Now with a burpee, every time you do one, you go down, do a push-up, and then you jump up in the air, and that's a burpee. Now the thing is, if you do 10 sets of 10, that's 100 burpees, one push-up per burpee, that's 100 push-ups. My question for you is, who's going to be able to transmit that energy better? Okay, somebody who throws a punch or pushes a person, whether it's wrestling, boxing, football, street fighting, soldier down range. If you need to explode into something, who's going to do a better job? Somebody who walks on a treadmill or somebody who has done 10 sets of 10 burpees, okay? And also, who is going to get a bigger chest? Somebody who's done 100 push-ups by doing 100 burpees, or somebody who's walked on a treadmill, okay? But like I said, that's cardio. When I recommend a person using push-ups to increase the size and the strength of his, let's say, chest, what I recommend he does is keeps the reps and the sets low and increases the difficulty of the exercise. So, in my Raw Strength and Muscle workout program, it's really a weighted calisthenics program, but I have an entire program within the program on how to build up to do bodyweight calisthenics, okay? Because you can't do weighted pull-ups and dips if you can't do pull-ups and dips at your body weight, right? So anyway, what I suggest you do is, let's say when you start off, all you can do is partial range of motion push-ups from your knees. Now, does it make sense to go from doing 5 or 10 reps of partial range of motion push-ups from your knees to doing hundreds of partial range of motion push-ups from your knees, right? It makes sense to go ahead and get stronger to be able to do a full range of motion push-up from your knees. Once you've mastered that, does it make sense to do hundreds of push-ups from your knees, or to go ahead and do them from your hands and your feet, like normal push-ups? Start off, if you have to, doing partial range of motion and increase the range of motion. So you might, from the very beginning, okay, until you've mastered the push-up, be doing 4 sets of 5 to 10 reps, but you are really pushing it, trying to get lower, trying to get a more full range of motion, trying to get your form down better every single workout. Okay, so you're doing the same sets and reps, but you're working harder by increasing the range of motion, harder by doing them from your hands and feet instead of from your knees and your feet. Let's say you've mastered the push-up. What do you do next? Well, let's see. First of all, have you really mastered the push-up? Do you have your hands off to the sides, which means you're using your front delt, okay, as opposed to your chest? You're not really working your chest. You're not really working your tricep if you have your hands off to your sides. If you have your hands in close, you hit your chest a lot differently, your tricep a lot differently. If you push with your hands, with your fingers, okay, when you do push-ups, you're using other muscles, as opposed to if you try to raise your hand up and literally push just with the heel of your palm. Doing that will put 100% of the push-up into your tricep and your chest. So once again, you've mastered full range of motion push-ups, but now by doing really perfect form, you're still doing the same 5 to 10 reps per set, 4 sets, not hundreds, just a very small amount, but you are once again working much harder by being very strict and perfect with your movement. From there, you could go ahead and do push-ups on a medicine ball, okay? Doing push-ups on a medicine ball, first of all, your hands are closer together. It hits your triceps harder, your chest differently. Second, you need to crunch your arms together, almost like doing a fly movement, to keep your hands on the medicine ball, okay? The medicine ball is going to move around. If it's a hard medicine ball or even a hard basketball on a hard floor, it's going to want to move around. So you have to completely tense your entire core, your stomach, your lower back, your legs, your upper body, everything to keep your hands on the ball. Plus, you need to do a push-up, okay? The same thing with ring push-ups. Ring push-ups are the same. It's like doing a fly. If you just go ahead and flop down and push, your arms are going to spread out. So you need to concentrate, almost like doing a fly, doing push-ups on rings, and you still need to do the push-up. Another thing about push-ups on rings is, as opposed to just pushing up and down on the floor, when you push in rings, you can actually activate your chest by bringing your arm across your body. When you do that, what's going to happen is you're going to get a much better chest workout. It could be that much harder. And then you can go ahead and start doing dips, okay? So let's say a push-up, I believe, is like 60, 70% of your body weight, because some of your body weights could be on your feet. You're not lifting your whole body weight. Whereas doing dips, where all you're touching are the bars with your hands, moving your entire body up and down, that's almost 100% of your body weight, okay? So dips, partial range of motion on bars, full range of motion on bars, okay? Dips on rings. Those are like doing, cable crossovers. You got to keep your everything tense or your arms are going to fly off to the side. Plus you have to do dips. So now let's say the workout you're working up to is ring push-ups, ring dips, 4 sets of 10. Ring push-ups, 4 sets of 10. Ring push-ups are easier than ring dips, but you're already exhausted because of doing the 4 sets of ring dips. Now you're going into the push-ups, which is an easier exercise, but since you're already pre-exhausted from the dips, going into the ring push-ups, it's going to be harder and you're getting a much better workout, okay? Then after the ring push-ups, you drop down and you do push-ups on the ball, okay? Once again, it's easier than the ring push-ups, but you've done ring dips for 4 sets of 10. You've done ring push-ups for 4 sets of 10. Now doing 4 sets of 10 of these is gonna be very hard because your body's exhausted. So as you see, we're not just banging out numbers for the sake of banging out numbers of repetitions. What we're doing is we're starting wherever we're at, and we're increasing the range of motion, the instability of the exercise by using a ball, rings, etc. Okay, we're making the exercise harder by lifting more of our body weight. So we can go from barely able to do a push-up on our knees to doing this complex ring dip, ring push-up, ball push-up workout. And still the whole time we've done no more than 5 or 10 sets per 5 or 10 reps per set of 4 sets. Okay. Constantly challenging yourself, constantly getting stronger, constantly getting bigger. A much better workout than just, banging out 100 push-ups. And let's be honest, most people who bang out 100 push-ups have their ass in the air, they have their ass hanging down, they're not really paying attention, they're not using a full range of motion, they're not feeling the movement, they're just kind of like going, look at me, I did 100 push-ups, okay? So that's definitely what I recommend. Another thing about the push-ups and pull-ups day 1, push-ups and pull-ups day 2, and day 3 having off is another thing that I'm really into in the raw strength and muscle workout, and that's recovery, okay? If you can work out day 1 and work out day 2, the same exercise, the same sets and reps, you're not working hard enough day 1. Like I said, trust me, if you do just like really the hardest variation of push-ups or dips that you can possibly do, okay, making it as difficult as possible, you're not going to be able to do hundreds and hundreds of reps. You're not going to be able to do it 2 days in a row. If you're doing it 2 days in a row, you haven't worked out hard enough day 1, okay? So that's definitely my recommendation. Like I said, make it harder to do every rep of every exercise by making the exercise progressively more difficult. If you guys are interested in this, I explain everything in the Earn Your Weights program, which is part of the Raw Strength and Muscle Workout program. Originally, I created the Raw Strength and Muscle Workout program to do weighted calisthenics, but it occurred to me that people couldn't do a single pull-up or a single dip. So the Earn Your Weights program is an entire course filled with all kinds of videos that just explains how to go from partial range of motion push-ups or wherever you're at to mastering your body weight. And after you've mastered your body weight, if you want more, because you could build a hell of a body just with body weight exercises, if you've mastered your body weight and you want more, then you go into the 2 phases of the weighted calisthenics program in the Raw Strength and Muscle Workout. If you're interested in them, check them out down below. Okay, Raw Strength and Muscle Workout, or the Raw Strength and Muscle Brotherhood, which is the entire low carb cutting and bulking nutrition program, the entire raw strength and muscle workout program, plus a community where you can ask me questions, get feedback, plus weekly Zoom calls where you can ask me video questions and get immediate feedback there. Okay, so it's depending upon whether you want interaction with me and kind of coaching element, or if you just want the information. But check it out down below. Aside from that, I appreciate the question. Keep the questions coming. If you guys haven't subscribed yet, subscribe, click that little bell thing so you get notifications. And aside from that, see you guys in the next video.